Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton's chairman delivers his first ever State of the County address.
The chairman addresses multiple topics, including how Fulton looks now that it's fully incorporated. I'm Brian Robinson, and I'll have more on that story coming up.
Also, it's all hands on deck for Election Day. And the founding mothers of the anti-trafficking movement are honored for their groundbreaking work. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis Rucker. A packed ballroom hears firsthand how Fulton County leaders intend to move the county forward. The theme for the 2018 State of the County Address, Fulton Now, and it's designed to emphasize the county's leadership with its cities, the state, and the region. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more on this story. Brian?
Shania, Chairman Rob Pitts made his first State of the County address, and though he discussed Fulton's transit and financial progress, he also discussed what is next now that Fulton County is Georgia's first fully incorporated county. It was clear from the beginning that Fulton County's chairman was feeling good.
James Brown, though, is one of my favorites.
Not just about the incredible turnout at the Georgia World Congress Center, but about the future of Fulton Now.
Fulton County is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen.
In his first State of the County address before state, county, and local leaders and partners, the chairman laid out why Fulton is such a big deal. From economic growth, transit and transportation, and quality of life services, Chairman Pitts shared many of the county's recent successes.
Now more than ever, Fulton County is leading Metro Atlanta, the state of Georgia, and the Southeast region in economic growth.
And he said, though there is a lot to be thankful for, the chairman was clear that there are issues that require the county's attention, including property taxes, criminal justice reform, HIV and AIDS, and perhaps what he stressed the most, his newest initiative to end sex trafficking in Fulton County.
Children in middle school down the street from where we are today are being traded for sex. It's heartbreaking to think about this happening right here in Fulton County, but it is. I've put together a special task force to aggressively tackle sex trafficking head on.
Fulton's other 6 commissioners also share their vision for Fulton Now via video. And mayors from Fulton cities agreed that the relationship with Fulton County leaders now is better than ever before.
It's been exciting over the last several years. I've been the mayor for 12 years, and used to be everybody was always battling with the county, the cities in the county. And several years ago, the county has really tried to work together and bring everybody on board and working together collaboratively.
We've been looking at the ambulance service, the AMR service that has been an issue with the cities in South Fulton, and Fulton County has worked with us aggressively to get a contract, and we just got a contract with Grady, so we're really excited about that.
It is important for all of us as Fulton residents, Fulton County residents, to unite, collaborate, but also propel our county to the heights that nobody would ever have imagined.
I would say our relationship with Fulton County has never been better, as well as with the South Fulton cities and North Fulton. My only wish is with the city of Atlanta that we can put some bridges down there. There's been quite a void there for the last 8 years, so I'm looking forward to working with the new mayor there and having great success for the citizens of Fulton County.
Now that the State of the County is complete, the real work begins for the 15 cities and all of the county partners to ensure the message of Fulton Now becomes a reality. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you, Brian. Meanwhile, this week marks a new beginning for Fulton leadership and leadership at the State House. Fulton County residents began casting ballots during the early voting period, while some opted to vote Election Day. For a complete look at the Fulton County results, visit fultonelections.com. You can also visit the Secretary of State's website. Your Fulton County tax assessment notice is coming in the mail this week. The Board of Assessors agreed to issue the notices beginning May 22nd. Please remember, this notice is not a bill. This assessment informs property owners of their property's fair market value and total estimated tax. Now, residents who do not agree with this assessment have 45 days to appeal.
4 reasons to appeal: the denial of homestead exemptions, you think your property has not been uniformly assessed, you think your value is too high, and you think your property is not taxable. You have until July 6th to appeal those values.
The estimate does not reflect the 2018 millage rate, and it may not reflect all eligible city exemptions. To find out the ways you can appeal your assessment and to learn more about your tax assessment notice, you can log on to fultonassessor.org. Fulton County's youth commissioners are applauded for their hard work and for the positive impact they have on their communities. FGTV's Felicia Church has the story.
Our youth are our greatest investment, and they are our future investment.
The future of these high schoolers is bright, thanks in part to the time they've invested as commissioners with the Fulton County Youth Commission. Inside Zoo Atlanta, the county's Office of Children and Youth held its annual Service Awards banquet. Commissioners, officials, and parents congratulated 29 young men and women, 6 being high school seniors, on their countless hours of service to Fulton County.
From creating a career guide, college to career guide, to helping the homeless, to creating laws for state lawmakers to pass. And it's important for us to celebrate these youth because they are the next leaders of Fulton County.
Though the selection process of becoming a commissioner is not based on academics, this class has set a pretty high bar.
We have so many young people working in so many different capacities. They're going to all of the great schools throughout the country. We have some going into the tech space, some becoming lawyers, some going to Ivy League schools. One young man who is still a junior in high school who has enough hours to become a pilot, and he aspires to be an astronaut. So these are the sorts of young people that we are very proud to have as part of our program.
Since its inception nearly 20 years ago, the Youth Commission has been the voice for youth in Fulton County, both in schools and in the community. Being a commissioner may not lead to a career in government. It does, however, offer the opportunity to experience new things.
I don't know what I want to do right now, so being able to take on this role in government and experience that has definitely made that more of an option to me, and so I've really enjoyed the program.
I think the thing I've gotten the most out of this program would be just the leadership skills and knowing how to assert myself into everyday situations.
Next year, the Youth Commission will celebrate its 20th anniversary. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you, Felicia. And according to Fulton County statistics, the county's Animal Services team is also doing a doggone good job. The Animal Services Division of the Atlanta Fulton County Emergency Management Agency announced that almost 85% of the animals that enter Fulton County's animal shelter in the last 12 months were saved. The save rate tracks the percentage of animals received into the shelter that are adopted, returned to the owner, transferred to a rescue group, or in the case of wild animals, returned to the wild.
We've been really successful and have a very high save rate here at Fulton County Animal Services. It hovers between 85 and 90%, and 90% is considered a no-kill rate because the other 10% are either sick and they end up dying, or they're too aggressive to be adopted out, or they're injured, something like that nature. So 90% is considered no-kill, and the reason why we have been able to do that is with all the public support we've had. So we need that to continue so we can stay at that save level.
Fulton County's Animal Services is managed by animal welfare organization Lifeline Animal Project. To get more information on how you can adopt a pet, visit their website. There's much more to come on Fulton Today. Stay with us. seniors go one-on-one with their district commissioner. Here's this week's District by District coverage. We begin with the Fulton County Chairman Rob Hitz, Commissioner Liz Hausman, and Commissioner Bob Ellis, who, along with top county staff, applauded the success of Select Fulton, the economic development initiative in Fulton County. Each May across the nation, Economic Development Week is celebrated, along with the business accomplishments in each jurisdiction. Fulton kicked off its week with a reception with local, regional, and state partners.
And we've had great success. In the past year, we worked on projects that exceeded $2.5 billion with the possibility of bringing over 50,000 jobs here to Fulton County. And so we're a robust, active group, but we couldn't have our successes without our engagement of our many partners at the local, regional, and state level.
Fulton's Economic Development Initiative is made up of the Development Authority of Fulton County, WorkSource Fulton, which is the workforce development component, and Fulton's Economic Development staff. The full Board of Commissioners also recognized the week with an official proclamation. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall visits senior residents living in the Lutheran Towers retirement community. The commissioner was joined by representatives from Grady Hospital, the Department of Senior Services, Arts and Culture, and the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System. The purpose of the visit was to inform seniors about the county services and programs that are offered to them. The seniors enjoyed hearing about those services and the additional monies that were just added for them for this year's budget.
From what information that I got here, I'll be using it very profoundly.
It's marvelous that we have that. And for her to come here today and help us, she and Miss Wooten, that is incredible. See, it lifts people's spirits up. And when they can get out of here and go somewhere, it is really, truly wonderful.
The seniors here are very enthusiastic about learning more about Fulton County, attending some of the multi-purpose and senior centers, and they're even more enthusiastic to find out about workforce and arts and culture.
Commissioner Hall is scheduled to continue her tour of senior retirement communities to spread the word about Fulton's senior services and programs. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. joins one of the newest groups of Fulton's Certified Public Manager classes to unveil the community garden at the Oak Hill Child and Adolescent Center.
We're very excited to be here. We're excited about their accomplishment of working in the Certified Public Manager program. And so this fits right in with one of our strategic priorities to make sure that all people are healthy.
Peppers, okra, pineapples, sage, and tomatoes were just some of the seeds planted. The Cohort D's theme for the garden is Plant a Seed, Meet a Need. Along with learning gardening, planting, and harvesting techniques, the garden teaches children about food deserts. And for those children needing it, they can earn community service hours as well.
It's a dual benefit. They get the learning, they will be able to go back home and plant gardens, and they also get the community service hours needed to satisfy any type of plan or program or probation they may possibly be on.
Once harvested, the vegetables will be donated to a local senior center. And finally, District 6 Commissioner Emma I. Darnell celebrates the work of seniors who took part in an artist crawl. In honor of Older Americans Month, the Benson, Bowden, Darnell, and Mills multi-purpose facilities joined together to host a combined art exhibit to display the talents of the participants who attend the facilities.
It's very uplifting to see that because you age doesn't mean you're out. When you age, you mellow. And so as you walk around, you'll see some mellow artwork.
My favorite artwork I see on here is number 220. This little America, the other America, and it was made by Kim.
Thank you, seniors, and thank you, Arts Council and Senior Services, for all the joy and beauty you have brought us this day.
For 2 straight days, facility participants and guests were able to shuttle or carpool between all 4 facilities to view the various art displays and vote for their favorites. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come on Fulton Today, the founding mothers of the anti-trafficking movement in Atlanta are recognized for their groundbreaking work. We've got that story for you next when Fulton Today returns. A small but mighty group of women are honored for their groundbreaking and ongoing work in protecting the community's most vulnerable youth. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega shares a story of Youth Spark and their movers, shakers, and change makers.
They are considered the mothers of the movement, women who spearheaded Georgia's first coordinated response against child sex trafficking. Patrice Perkins Hooker, Deborah Richardson, Stephanie Davis, Nina Hickson, and former Commissioner Nancy Boxall, who was not present, and women who were honored by Youth Spark, Fulton's partner agency that advocates and protects youth in abusive and exploitive situations.
But we have the distinct pleasure to honor the founding mothers of the movement, those whose shoulders we stand on, who took bold action so many years ago, and we're just really pleased to be able to share our new work with the community.
The recognition came during the annual Movers, Shakers, and Changemakers event, where the nonprofit raises money for its cause, and where they say thank you to the partners who helped them to fight against human and sex trafficking in our community.
And we have such a collaboration to fight against this crime of human trafficking. And we are determined, and working together, we will end human trafficking.
The founders of the movement have a long record of historic Georgia firsts, including creating the first safe house, Angela's House, changing the law to make it a felony to pimp a minor, and to recognize that minors sold for sex were victims, not criminals.
The main issue is that it's just so prevalent here, and we see our youth on the streets sometimes, and sometimes we drive by them and we wonder, are they victims of human trafficking? They're living on the streets, they're young people, some of them are truants, and to me it's just a matter of bringing awareness to this issue so that people know that it is in fact something that has to be combated.
Though this year's event included glitz and a little glamour, all for a good cause, Youth Spark says its mission will always be to service at-risk, abused, and exploited youth in Metro Atlanta.
I've seen how this organization can take a young life that's been thrown into a whirlwind of something that's absolutely horrible and help them actually be pulled out of a horrible situation and be moved into a situation where they're getting an education or perhaps simply just changing the direction in their lives, and they're worth it. They're young souls. It's my pleasure to help out.
To learn more about how you can help, visit youth-spark.org. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much. Well, as we've mentioned, May is Older Americans Month, and though it's been a month full of activities for seniors to enjoy, the Fulton Senior Services team is wrapping up the observance with a senior summit at all 4 multi-purpose facilities, all at the same time. Here now to talk to us about the Senior Summit is Dr. Pamela Rochelle. She is the Director of Senior Services. Welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so first things first, what exactly is a Senior Summit?
The Senior Summit is an opportunity to bring together the community, our older adults, aging service providers, to really talk about the issues and challenges facing older adults in Fulton County and how we can work together to ensure that we have the right services in place and the right programs in place to continue to serve our current and our future older adults.
And Dr. Rochelle, tell us exactly why you all decided to have such a summit.
We're having this summit because we really want to hear from the community. We really want to hear from older adults and participants about the challenges they continue to face as they grow older. And we will take this information to continue to craft how we provide services for older adults in Fulton County.
And I can already imagine, but please do share why people should attend the Senior Summit.
people should attend the summit because we really want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think about current services in Fulton County for older adults and their families, and what the future should look like as we continue to plan for the continued aging of our population here in Georgia.
Well, Dr. Pamela Rochelle, I hope people are listening and I hope they attend the summit. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Now, here is that information about the Senior Summit. The event is free to attend. You can register beginning at 8:30 a.m. on the 31st or ahead of time by calling the Fulton County Star Line at 404-613-6000. And what is an Older Americans Month without the annual billiards tournament? Well, the senior Sharks at the Helene S. Mills facility go at it again, one shot at a time. Members of the center gear up for this yearly competition and the chance for bragging rights.
We like the game of pool because it's a thinking man's game, especially playing 8-ball, okay? So it's a whole lot of strategy involved.
Despite the top winning Sharks, they say they are all winners for staying active in this stage of their lives. Now, there are still a number of activities this month at all of the county's facilities. Again, just contact the Star Line or visit the county's website for additional details. And still to come, North Fulton residents visit a barn for a reading fix? We'll explain. Stay with us, everybody. North Fulton residents visit a barn of all things for a good read. Visitors of the Milton Library made their way to a book barn that sits right outside the main entrance. Known as the Friends Barn, it's used to store gently used donated books that visitors can buy. Now, that money is then used to support library services and programs at the Milton Library. The nonprofit organization, Friends of the Milton Library, built the barn to coincide with the library's opening nearly 4 years ago.
This barn is part of the original Dinsmore property. It was about 100 yards on the property, a little bit to the north of us right here. But it was deconstructed and reconstructed for our purposes.
You can visit the barn bookstore on Wednesdays from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. and every second Saturday of the month from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. To learn more, log on to miltonlibraryfriends.org. And finally, Crowns, the stirring gospel about sisterhood, is coming to the Southwest Arts Center. Described as a powerful look at African American history, Crown follows 6 Black Southern women. Their stories of love, loss, and sisterhood are woven into the hats they wear and the gospel songs that speak their truths.
And really, it's around the central character, Yolanda, who is a young girl whose brother got killed, and she moved down to the South with her grandmother, and she met all of these colorful church women with these colorful church hats. You know, hats are an instrumental part of the African American church experience. Everybody knows that when you go to some of these churches, you're going to see some crowns.
Once again, Crowns will take place at the Southwest Arts Center May 30th through June 10th. For showtimes and to order tickets, you can call 800-838-3006 or log on to brownpapertickets.com. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show or any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.